Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
We're Igudesman and Jew, and this is How to Fail and Succeed.
And today we have as a special guest, Yuja Wang's legs and her tights. Yeah, Yuja, do you want to come down and be with us?
Maybe you want to join us, mortals.
Do you want to come?
Come down from your high
Are you
chair.
okay? Are you okay up there?
Yeah. Did I change directions?
No, you know what? I think it's better if you here with us, right? She should come down. Okay, all right.
We can't hear you up there. Yeah, we can.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Woo!
Yay!
Wow, that was elegant.
Yes. Okay, can we explain why we did this? Because basically Yuja came in here and she said, "Oh, you could sit here in the middle between us." And she said, "Oh, but that way no one can see my tights."
My beautiful Wolfert tights.
Exactly. So our wonderful actually kind of co-producer of the show for today, who you can see on the couch right now. That's Sabina here. Sabina Hazanova herself, a wonderful pianist and musician and everything, film producer, so many things.
It's interesting that you had to say pianist and musician, as if to say that pianists are not musicians.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, isn't it?
I guess that's what we are going to talk about. Yeah.
The weirdness of musicians and of pianists in particular. Of course, on one side we have Yasha here, who is actually our main producer, and the other side we have Alex, who is actually a wonderful, very cute. There we go. That's Yuja here. So he is our filmmaker. We also have Oliver on one side, and we have Sophie Drummel. Actually, Sophie Drummel. Sorry, she's on Instagram over there, and so
Can we see her? Do we see Sophie?
Come into here. Say hello. Hi, this is Sophie.
Sophie Drum.
Anyway, so this is it. Basically, our show called is you can put the sunglasses on.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
they're not sunglasses. They're pinhole glasses.
I'm a little deaf. It's really loud here.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So how to fail and succeed. Yeah. So the show is called How to Fail and Succeed because we think that failure is very, very important to our success. You just took that out, right?
Yeah.
It's not. Well, whatever.
For later.
For later.
Oh,
Anyway, so it's all about failing and succeeding, and we're going to have a little fail, which we're going to see right now. This is the fail of the week, right?
Where do pianists come from? Piano teachers. It all starts with piano teachers. So here we have a little demonstration of what piano lessons can be like. This is with the great Dmitry Bashkirov.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No,
Were you taught like that as well, Yuja?
Yeah, I didn't know how to.
Really into it.
Они должны учиться.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh no!
That's what happens in this studio every day.
Oh no!
I almost did.
Now, 20 seconds later.
Oh my God!
Tira, taram, separat.
Like, come on! 1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
I still feel
3.
bad.
No, you idiot! 1, 2, 3. Come on!
1, 2, 2.
No.
1, 2, 3.
Get your hand out of the way. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Really
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Fantastic.
100 pianists over in the world
Such
play
a
absolute mistake.
Yes,
such
absolute
human,
mistake.
Such human
Play
pedagogy.
absolute. But you know the interesting thing about this, Sabina. Actually, I think you also had lessons from him, didn't you?
You're still alive?
Actually, it was not directly me, but my father, who was my teacher, who brought my musical personality, has been Bashkirov's student in the 70s. So I'm from his school.
Wow. So did
And I
he
also-
teach you how to count? I mean, did he teach your father?
I think the only thing they shared was the beard frisur.
Yeah, they had a
Apart
very
from
similar.
this,
It's not that similar.
apart from this, my dad was a little bit less like his blood ran a bit cooler than. And the person who was sitting behind that pianist was just face palming herself the whole time. I don't know if you noticed that. but no, I
Yeah.
was not in such situations.
But also, Yuja, did you have any sadistic kind of piano upbringing to make you the weird person that you are? Did you? I mean, did you have piano teachers who?
Whoa, that cup is weird.
It's because
It
it's from
is.
Pisa, so it's leaning.
That's kind
Yeah.
of what I see right now with my eyes. Everything. Teacher wise.
Mm.
No,
They were all sweethearts.
they were not sweetheart. They were deep down very sweet, yes. And
Very deep, right?
And as they age, they become more mild.
They do, don't they? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're just become teddy bears. But when I was a kid, from 7 to 14, I had the same teacher, and she was just like frightens me so much. But I also feel really close to her because everything I do is to please her.
Oh my God!
Oh,
How many years of therapy do you need?
So sweet. Well, actually, I learned my piano playing from Shanky Jew over here, which you may know.
All right.
That's me.
Tempo's very important.
Ow! God, that always hurt so much when you did that.
Hand position.
I just voluntarily.
Yeah, your shoulders are up. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
straight
right.
back is
That's
very
right.
important.
Yes.
It's like, ow, ow, ow.
Stupid idiot. Listen.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Get it. Come on. Why can't you play like me?
I always felt so sad. And you know what?
You should be able to play like this.
Yeah, listen. It's amazing. It's incredible.
Even better than Dimitri Bashkirov.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that
sit
is
down.
so sad.
Yeah. Get it right.
Well,
Get it right.
You know what
Get
is
it right.
what was always strange is how come you were always giving me piano lessons live on stage? This is what I never understood. Why did you insist on teaching me on stage? I mean, we could have just had it privately, but no. Anyway. Our next shows are on the 19th of March in Mürz in Austria, in Düsseldorf on the 26th of March, and then on the 2nd of April in Linz, but we will talk about that later on. So
here we are. We are now going to rank the pianists from weird to weirdest.
yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm not sure you're on this list. Or are you? At number 10, Horowitz.
Only 10?
You know Horowitz? Did you know?
Vladimir?
Vladimir. Well done.
Vladimir, well
First name.
done.
Good. Well done. He was born in Kiev. Well, he was interesting because
He has very big nostrils.
That
wow.
he has big
That's,
nostrils. That is,
you know, of all the things that I researched and learned about Horowitz, that somehow didn't come. I guess that's what the Curtis training gives you. You learn about his
No,
nostrils.
it's only
studies.
sideways, very still.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel like it's that sound coming from the nostrils.
Oh
like,
wow.
It's a very special sound. I love
Yeah.
my fave.
He had very low wrists and he played with like flat fingers. Here we can
Right.
play some of it while we talk over it.
Oh, just amazing.
And he hardly ever moved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all
Amazing.
from the nostrils.
It's all from the nostrils.
Really?
There you go.
That's-
Yuja Wang's analysis of Horowitz. Play from the nostrils.
but what makes him weird, Shanky? Why is he on number 10?
Well, a lot of things. Well, first of all, his technique. His technique's unusual.
It's true. This
The flat fingers, the low wrists, the sort of economy or almost immobility of movement, right? Also the fact that he was someone that retired from playing many times in his life, even though he was hailed as one of the great virtuosos. There was a famous 12-year break,
Right.
and actually overall there were like 5 times he took a break from playing.
Ooh, I didn't know
Each time
that.
for like 2 years or 5 years or 6 years of this and that.
Mm.
And one of the things that he struggled with was his homosexuality, because he was in denial of his homosexuality. And
So are you outing him now?
no, not at all. No, that's not why he's weird. It's just that he that was part, he had a big depression. He actually went to see a psychiatrist to try and alter his sexual orientation. So
It's
that's
terrible times that when you had to do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so then, of course, he suffered depression. I'm sure it was just a part of the big package why he also wasn't comfortable about performing and stuff. And
The sad music fits very well under what you're what you're saying right now.
Exactly. Oh, I just love this. Nobody plays like him.
nobody plays like him. That is very true.
Yeah, actually, I think he once joked there are only 3 kinds of pianists. He said,
Oh,
"That's
yeah.
a quote: Jewish, homosexual, and bad." I mean, that's not really quite correct. I think but it's literally it's very politically incorrect. But that's
But he's dead now, so he got away with it.
he got away with it just
Just
so,
about.
Yeah.
Just about. Any Horowitz? You're staring his nostrils. It's true. Come think about it. He does have big
Very
nostrils.
big nostrils.
It's very, very true.
My teacher studied with him, so I hear all these stories. That,
Oh, really?
Gary Graffman was one of his students, and he would actually have very little repertoire to play in public. You were talking about having lessons in public, but
Right.
so he would, call him up and play through everything he has learned, like say all Scriabin sonatas, and just play through them, and that's it. Like, so his repertoire that he plays in public, probably it's like 5% of what he plays. From his library.
Really?
Yeah, so he learns lots, and that's why I think everything he actually plays is so special. It's really just one of those things that instilled in your soul, but otherwise he wouldn't.
There's that story, right, when he met Art Tatum,
Mhm.
and he
Yeah.
he listened and watched Art Tatum play, and
Exactly.
he just thought, "Shit, this is the most unbelievable piano player."
Right, yeah.
And on top of that, Art Tatum was blind. I mean,
I'm getting there.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So in ninth place, do you know who Vladimir the Pac-Man is? No, it's not a video game.
Mario.
You just like, yeah, no, I play that. No, that's Mario Brothers. Vladimir the Pac-Man was an eccentric, and he used to. One of the things he used to do was sometimes he'd play a piece. This is a tip for you. You could start doing this. And in the middle,
Look at him.
In the middle, yeah, learn. And in the middle of playing, he would just stop and he'd go, "Bravo, bravo!" And then he'd carry on
Himself?
to himself. Yes, yeah.
You should do that, please.
Yes. And I heard a story once that he in the middle. He also loved to like talk to the audience while he was playing. He'd like mutter. I mean, we don't have unfortunately videos of it. This is the only silent film that we have of Vladimir the Pac-Man. But he used. Well, now he's very dead. I don't know how old he was here.
No,
But-
like
Or when did he die? I don't know. Could someone look it up? When he died? So
Yeah.
when did Vladimir Pac-Man die?
Never heard of
Before he
him. That's
invented the video game?
amazing.
And one of the things I heard that he used to do was that he would sometimes 1933 he died.
Wow.
And one of the things I heard he did was he would play and then he would get up and say, "That's how Busoni plays it. And now I'm going to show you how I play it." Yeah.
Oh my God, you should certainly do that. You should. Okay. So, who is number 8?
Number 8. Well, do you know Alexander Rabinovich?
Yeah, she. Yes.
She.
Sorry.
I guess that's politically correct today.
Yeah.
To
Did she transition or?
Fluid.
Yeah.
Fine.
Alexander Rabinovich, and sometimes he uses a double barrel name, Barakovsky. Plays with people like Marta Argerich.
Right. Yeah.
I've never met this guy. I would love to meet this guy.
Mm.
I mean, he's a fantastic pianist, no question about it.
But look
But
at
if
look what he has there.
So let's
is that?
watch him playing and watch and listen. Beautiful playing, as you see. Marvelous beard, mustache.
Very
And
nice.
then
Beard.
he has something. What is that he has there? That is a heater.
Yep.
I'll
He
just ask.
He never plays without a heater.
But that's not directed to hands.
It is. I think it is
it's
blowing
supposed
towards.
to be like directed his hands.
Like
Yes.
this.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And he always plays with
Even
a
in
heater.
summer? No.
I think it,
always.
regardless of weather,
Always.
he has to have a heater.
And
yeah,
the amazing thing is, during recordings, he also needs a heater. Now, of course, that presents a problem, right, Shanky?
yeah, because the heaters make noise. And I heard this. heard this amazing story from someone who was on the recording team
Yeah.
once when he was recording, and basically they were recording and the producer said, "There's some buzzing noise. There's some noise. What is it?" They were checking the microphones. They were checking everything. They were checking inside the piano. Finally, they realized it was his heater. So they
Sometimes
said,
it's my stomach.
sometimes
Well,
it's-
that's
Wait.
you. But
So they were like, we need to like change the heater. So
Right.
about 8 people went running around the city looking for heaters, and they came back with like 10, 12 heaters, and they tried every single heater, and in the end, they chose the one that had the least amount of noise, and they suspended it from the ceiling
above the keys.
right above the keys. They found that that was the least inobtrusive way audio-wise for the microphone.
But
It's-
there
it's
was a-
just an audio recording. So they suspended from the ceiling, and so he's like, okay, good. He can feel the warmth from me, so he's carrying on playing. But then the keys started to melt.
Smells. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite something.
it's nice playing. Wow.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Misha Maisky's played with Rabinovich, and he said, "Oh yes, he always carries around his heater."
Nice impression. Nice impression.
It's absolutely crazy.
Let me tell more jokes.
So exactly, that reminds me of a joke. So number 7, actually, I was wondering which pianist is the most environmentally friendly.
Well, definitely not Rabinovich.
No,
I mean, he's
Not
using
with the
a heater
heating.
inside when it's
Yeah,
summer.
it's not good.
Right?
But number 7,
Yeah. Ask her, who does she think?
who do you think?
It's the
Friendliest?
most environmental friendly, like conserving energy.
The least movement.
Like stern,
Hmm.
tall.
Sviatoslav Richter. I
Of
don't know why I
course.
said it like that. I guess because of the sake of his
Why
sound.
environmental friendly?
No, because when he played
Oh
concerts
yeah,
towards the end of his life,
candles.
not
No.
candles, one light bulb. That's all he needed. All he needed is with one light bulb.
Right.
So he must have saved so much money. Watch this, watch this. So I was actually at this concert, believe it or
Wow,
not.
how old
I was
are
actually almost as old as that guy nodding. First of all, he has an interesting nod. You see, he came
Yeah.
on, all the lights on in the barbecue hall, full lights, and now he switches on. Watch
That's
this.
why-
Look at look.
yeah.
He switches on the light,
Just for the music.
and that's it. And now he goes into Dracula.
I always wanted to,
I will do some shadow painting for you.
but it's actually just Schubert.
What is this? This is the dog.
I must adjust the light. I am
And
a weird
always
pianist.
Wish
want-
I
you
could
want to
play
do this?
concerts like this.
They're gonna love you. They're gonna save so much electricity bills, and it looks like electricity costs are going up. So this
Yeah,
is perfect.
I keep
you know?
telling them to turn it down and also completely dark in the audience to create an ambience.
But yeah, so
Beautiful.
I mean, the guy was weird.
Clearly, but also, I mean, strangely enough, he's like one of the few pianists who wouldn't choose a Steinway or like a Bösendorfer. Actually, his piano of choice was Yamaha. Now, do you know why?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, tell us.
Devoid of character.
Exactly. He claimed,
No
that
personality.
the Yamahas have the least personality, so he can impose his own personality onto the piano much better. So that's kind of an interesting way of looking
Just
at it.
have a keyboard even more.
Yeah.
He also didn't like choosing
Later.
pianos.
Me too.
You don't like choosing
I
pianos?
hate making a decision.
Right? Do you hear that, everybody? No need to get 5 pianos out.
Exactly.
Anymore. Just get one.
Yeah, just get
And
one.
only one light bulb. Look at all the money and energy you're gonna save. You're gonna get so much more concerts off this.
Yeah, like she needs it, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
just in case anybody wants to comment or asks us anything,
Is anyone there?
then yeah. But just whatever. At the moment, we're chatting. But any interesting questions about what we're talking about?
You
Anytime.
know who else loved to play in the dark?
Mhm.
Was Thelonious Monk.
Hmm.
He practiced in the dark as well. You ever practiced in the dark?
Mhm. I had to last 3 weeks. Yes.
Why?
'Cause I
You
had
didn't pay your electricity bill. Why? Why did you have to practice
because
in
I
the
just
dark?
had eye surgery. Right? So this light is very bright for me.
You okay? Do you want to put these pinhole glasses on?
At some point, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you want, they're here. They're here for you. Anytime you want to put these pinhole glasses on.
Nice.
Thelonious
Thanks.
Monk was also a bit of a weirdo. I mean, look at his technique. It's kind of very. I mean, I love Monk.
Yeah.
I love Monk, but it's a bit like.
It's a little aggressive.
It's
all
a
the time.
little like harsh and
Look at that
And-
ring.
yeah, huge ring. I think that's why he plays all those seconds because it's actually his ring that's like.
Yeah, gets in the way.
Yeah.
Stuck.
Or he just couldn't be bothered to play like pure notes. It's like all these seconds.
Yeah.
And he used to like sometimes just get up in the middle of a concert and just walk around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, all these things I wish I could do. But I don't have the pressure to.
Well, I think you've done quite a lot of weird things
We might
already.
Get to that. We might-
Yeah, right?
Maybe we'll get to that.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
So,
Normal for me.
well,
Do you like
wonderful.
jazz?
I love jazz.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's your
Art Tatum?
favorite? Art
Well,
Tatum.
Keith Jarrett.
Oh,
That's a weird one.
I think he might even be on this list.
Yeah.
Before we get to Keith Jarrett, who I
Okay.
adore, another person,
Oh,
another
yeah.
pianist who is
Mhm.
environmentally friendly and leaves less of a carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Because taking planes everywhere. I mean, if you're lucky to have so many concerts, are you still taking planes?
No, I'm walking.
She's walking. She's walking
With
everywhere.
wheels.
Well, like this guy, he takes trains. Not only does he take trains, he's like walks on the tracks. Like take trains. This is Piotr Andrzejewski, who just decided.
only want to
doesn't
do
want to
research.
play.
Right. That's
Wow.
When I'm confronted with the extreme loneliness of the recital,
So
the heroism, and also the
There
cruelty
he is.
involved,
That's-
I sometimes think
that's
There
it.
he
So,
is.
how many
Never do
concerts does he
recitals.
play a year?
Walking
Like
to the train
3?
station. No, that's him walking to the train station, and now him. This is him. Look, this is
him on the
now,
train?
This is him on the train, and now they're going to put the piano on the train. Look, they're putting the
What?
piano on the
No!
train, putting the piano
For
on
him
the
to
train,
practice.
for him to practice and travel from place to place.
wow.
Piano going on the train. There it is. There's the piano going on the train.
Oh
And
my
next
God.
clip
I
coming up.
always have a piano
Next
when
clip
I
coming.
travel.
And now, not only does he like, of course, you got to heat up the train. So here he is. He's like heating up the train, putting the coal in, making sure the train goes. You
But
know,
it doesn't have any notes, right? It shouldn't have
I
notes.
don't know. He's putting the coal
It's a
in the
heater.
train to make sure that it's a heater.
Is
and-
he rehearsing with Rabinovich, or why is he got the heater?
yeah, I guess. And there he is. He's practicing on the train.
S'imagine tout de suite un plat de macaroni.
Oh, wonderful. That's amazing. It's incredible. So many things that we don't know. Oh, what is that? That's interesting.
Well, you can take trains,
Yeah.
or you can
You can walk
live in the middle of the woods.
with wolves.
What? Oh.
You know who that is?
Yes.
Oh my God, you pianists are so weird.
No, you think so?
Oh my God.
Really? You think so?
So that's Hélène
That's Hélène Grimaud.
Grimaud.
Hélène
So
Grimaud.
what
Or pronounced properly, Hélène Grimaud. I think it'd be more.
What? So what
Appropriate.
does what is the thing? What is her thing? In human language.
Oh, in human language.
Do you know?
Um,
Did you speak to her?
Not
In
about
dog?
the wolves.
or in wolf?
Not about the wolves.
No, I didn't learn the language.
Okay.
No, I don't really know. Yeah. What's...
No, she has an incredible connection with wolves. I mean, there are these people who have
Mhm.
connections with wolves or with animals in general, and I think she just feels a calling,
Mhm.
and she actually has a conservatory, or a wolf conservatory, not a music conservatory.
A wolf concert.
Some people
When
go
the
to
wolves are
music- yeah.
learn to play piano. Just
Yeah,
imagine.
no, she literally lives with wolves, and she takes,
She
she's-
lives with them.
She takes care of them and
Wow.
makes sure that
Mm,
they're
fascinating.
fascinating, huh? Did you know that you have a tiger, Sabina?
What? Oh. Oh.
And a star.
Wow,
And
that's
Alex
so
has
cute.
what is that?
Monkey.
I have a monkey.
Yes,
Yeah,
two
I don't think it's a monkey. It's,
We don't
I have
hear
a
you. We
monkey.
don't hear you.
yeah, I have a monkey.
Okay.
His name is Steve.
This is
Steve
us
the
being
monkey.
environmentally friendly as well.
Okay. Well,
Well, you see-
Oh, there we go.
I
as you
think it's
see-
time to get out the wine. So
Yes.
Yes. It's a tiger year.
The tiger.
Sabina.
The year of the tiger.
it's the
That's
year of
what
the
I meant.
tiger.
Are you I'm not. You are, right? Yes.
What am I?
You know that's the
What year are you?
1997.
Oh, what is
You're
that?
young.
Oh, okay.
That's what you are.
you know that's how Asians ask people how old they are.
Yeah.
Because it's
think
kind of
you're-
impolite to ask someone their age,
Are,
Wow,
right?
you're
So-
you're a rabbit.
A rabbit.
I think
Okay,
so
then.
am I. Wait, no, you cannot be rabbit. No.
Maybe his spirit animal is a rabbit.
Can you check? I don't think it's a
I'll
rabbit.
check. Okay.
I
Okay.
am rabbit.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
13. I can't do math.
Hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You're ox.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You're ox?
Ox, yeah.
Also, you're the same as Alexei.
Nice.
Yeah.
Every 12 years. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Nice.
a good one.
Very, very good. Excellent. Very, very sexy. Good. Nice chest.
What, the wine or
No, just
May I just
ox.
pass on a comment since
Yes.
since
Please.
the wine is out?
Please
Sure.
do.
There's a
go for it.
comment from Kathleen Brazel Scott. She
Oh, yeah.
asks, "Do you think pianists tend to be more quirky than other soloists?"
More quirky.
we're the only soloists.
More quirky.
No,
yeah.
I think,
Certainly the most obnoxious. Yeah.
yes. I think pianists have the widest range of every trait of personality. Like,
Also the widest range of weirdness.
Yes.
Because in a way, violinists, yes, they have certain quirkiness as cellists as well, but there's more like a certain type. I think pianists, they're so diverse.
you've got
Yeah.
every kind. You've got some
Yeah.
pianists who just basically have no social skills whatsoever. And if they do speak, you'd rather they didn't.
Mhm.
And
Should I leave?
and and you got some pianists that never stop talking.
Yeah.
I mean, you have really you have pianists that are just like constantly stressed. Others
Yeah.
just like, yo, man, chill out. I mean, you've got everything.
you do
Well,
have.
Even in one person, it's like
Oh,
be really chilled and
Yeah.
really stressed. You know why?
Mhm.
We're the only one who doesn't carry our instruments, so you have to constantly adjust to different pianos, and every piano is a personality, so you have to like constantly accept that condition,
Interesting.
right?
That's interesting.
And also, a piano is like the easiest thing to start with. That's why I started with piano. I really want to be a violinist, but I really
Of
did.
course you did. Of course you did.
But for my parents' years, they were like, piano is we tuned the piano, so start with piano.
You tuned the piano.
Yeah, so
You know somebody could have tuned the violin as
no,
well.
no. No, I mean the piano is always in tune, so I started with that. But it's also the hardest thing to sing because everything is to make color, to make everything is in your imagination. It's
Yep.
kind of a pretended city, right? Space, I mean.
yeah.
So there's lots of we have good imagination for so I mean
So that means-
any legato is
Yes.
not even true. That means we're just fucked up.
You heard it here. Pianists are just fucked up because.
but also
this-
in like the most in the plethora of interesting personalities. Like,
Yes, it's true. It's
Yeah.
it's the most varied personalities. I think that it's really the nature. It's very interesting that the nature of the instrument and the nature of the
Mm.
fact that you cannot have your own piano on the road makes you more schizophrenic. Basically, that's what you kind of.
yeah,
because
totally.
well, if we are on the road, then we have nowhere to practice
Well,
unless you.
Piotr had a piano on the
Piotr
train.
came up with a smart deal. That
I-
instead of music travel, it should call music train. That would
Yeah,
that would-
music
that's-
train.
Right.
have pianos on apps.
We
Anyway.
should always have a piano on the plane, right?
We should.
Or on a bike.
Mr. Lufthansa,
Absolutely.
United
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Airways, Austrian Airlines.
and a
Please,
masseuse.
please, could you put a masseuse and a plane on a piano? The other way around. I'm drunk already. So, who is next?
Well, we were just talking about animals, and I think
Mm.
it's interesting, the
Wow.
effect of music on animals. And this is a marvelous pianist playing for an elephant, Moonlight Sonata.
Wow.
Glenn Gould also performed for elephants.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, there's a clip of him where he's singing. Singing
always
for
sings
elephants.
anyway.
Yeah, he always
This
sings
is
anyway.
Paul Barton.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Alexa, I think your mother's on the phone.
Can't see that far.
Alexa's blind. No, I can't. No, I'm also
Here,
I'm
try
also
this.
losing. Yeah. Okay. So, where are we now?
Yes.
Yes. pianists?
Yeah, that's the whole subject.
Who is the most expressive pianist?
Oh, I can think
Yeah,
of
but
so
actually, it'd
many.
be interesting what Yuja would think.
Facially.
For me, really?
No,
Yeah, we go
Go
facially.
there?
Yeah, go on.
Long, long?
Lang
Lang
Lang.
Lang is definitely expressive facially. Yes.
People say I am. But
People
I
say you
don't-
are?
I don't see it.
Well, you
Uh,
unless you have a mirror while you're playing.
Yeah, that's my next. That's on my writer. The next thing, I need a mirror in front of me.
Actually, you
And
know what?
sideways.
You know
What?
the trick is. There's a really great trick because you mostly you play a lot of stuff from memory. So you just put up the lid, and the lid acts as a
Reflex,
mirror,
Yeah, yes.
and
yes.
then you can really watch your own expressions.
That's how I apply my lipstick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's all on the teeth.
It's not that precise yet. Go on.
Here's
So-
some
it?
wonderful. There's
I've never
some
seen
wonderful
this.
pianists, just in the ecstasy of expression on their
You're pretty
faces.
expressive.
I love
That's
this
very
guy.
quiet.
Oh, wow.
hear
Okay,
anything.
that's a different level.
You don't actually need to hear it. You could see the piece.
That's like miming.
You can hear the piece just by. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, I love it.
Mozart?
It's wonderful.
That's not Mozart. It's a pianist playing Mozart.
It's wonderful. It's
I mean,
absolutely
can you
wonderful.
imagine how he plays Rachmaninoff then?
This is one of my favorites. This is Andre Watts playing Scarlatti. That's just beautiful. Let's where's the Scarlatti? I've lost the Scarlatti. Oh, I want you to watch the Scarlatti.
Yeah. Come on, give us more Scarlatti.
Let's find us- where's the Scarlatti?
Oh, that's Trifonov as well. Oh,
Wait,
Oh, this
where's
is fun. It's before. No?
was it before?
Yeah,
Where's
It's
Scarlatti?
like more.
yeah.
no?
Was
I
it
think
here?
so.
Was
I
it
think so.
here? Was it
Yeah.
here?
Before.
Yeah.
I'll
After
find it.
that.
I'll find Scarlatti. I'll
Yeah.
find Scarlatti. That's just amazing. Let's
Like a
It is.
woodpecker.
It is.
okay. Here we go. Here's Scarlatti.
Oh,
Andre
marvelous.
Watts miming Scarlatti. Look at that. Beautiful. Amazing.
It's fantastic.
Amazing.
Bueno.
This is one of my favorite pianists out there today.
Mm.
And not because of her faces. I just think she's amazing. But
Oh, Hiromi. Holy
She's
shit.
amazing.
She is.
don't hold back.
Oh, come on. She's so incredible.
She's so happy.
Always.
Yes.
Oh, she's a genius. Yeah, come on.
Yes.
Yeah, come
Yes.
on. Come on.
Yes.
Okay, are we talking about playing the piano now?
Sorry.
No, sorry.
Oh,
my personal
poker
dream
face.
already for some years is to hear Hiromi doing something with this one. Wouldn't
Oh.
wouldn't this be amazing?
You heard it here first.
I would love that. Any crazy managers who want to organize that, and maybe we should. You know what? Why don't we invite them? That's it. In our series Stars and Freaks, let's
I
try
thought
to
this was
get.
Tonhalle.
Yes,
I'll be the star. She'll be the freak.
That's not how it works.
She's kidding. No,
Yeah.
she's great. I actually met her, and she's like the most docile.
Really?
And
like,
she lets
very,
it all
very
out.
nice.
Yeah.
It's so like a different personality.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great. It's so into it. It's
Here's a
Great
little
artist.
counterpoint to expressive faces.
Is he playing? Is that him actually playing?
Yeah, of
Poker
course.
face.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Sure.
It
it's
just
him
looks
playing.
like he's.
It's sure it's him playing.
beautiful playing.
Mhm.
Oh,
But I think
know
the
this
one who has the most expressive, not just face.
Not just face.
This is not just face. This is expressive everything. This is just an orgy of expression.
Yeah,
He should have a piano that also moves.
Yeah.
He's moving. He's doing. He must be so fit. His pelvic muscles.
Yeah,
Must
but
be
the,
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
Oh, look at him.
The
Ooh,
piano
yeah.
looks like a dead fish.
Oh,
Yeah,
look,
play
look,
sideways.
look.
Yeah.
You know the
Show-
exercise we were doing today?
Yes.
We were doing Pamela
He
Rife
He must have the best
exercise.
abs,
So
side abs.
he doesn't need to do that because
he's working out.
he's working out on stage.
We should
Especially
just
working-
all do that.
We should do
It'll
that.
save time.
Pedal is overrated.
But he doesn't even need the piano stool, right?
Mm.
But incidentally, Shanky, you also don't always need the piano stool, right?
what
What
do
are
you
you
do? But no,
referring
no,
to?
There's a very famous, actually, this is really true story. Actually, there's
Oh.
he
it's
auditions
very
once
famous.
at the Juilliard, and you know what he did? He put away the piano stool and he was on his knees and he played Bach on his knees in the audition.
Wow.
I
You-
mean, such a
you praying?
weirdo.
Praying.
Yeah, you were
I'm
praying. But
Please
what?
take me.
And they asked
I'm
you
a
why
good
you.
boy.
They did ask you why you did that, right?
Yeah, and I gave a very obnoxious answer.
What did you say?
I said I like the relaxed sound of it. Although thank you very much. Could we have the Chopin now, please? Was
And you were like, piano stool.
And did you get in?
I did.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go?
No. That's another story.
You don't know.
Awesome.
But you can also, I mean, besides doing, you kind of do weird stuff anyway. For example, you played.
Me, weird stuff. I'm a good girl. I am. I'm a good girl. I am. The rain in Spain. I'm a good girl. I am.
All right, Mary Poppins.
Not Mary Poppins.
I don't know. I get those things confused. Listen, this guy can play with handcuffs. I mean, actually, especially Bach. It's his preference to
Oh.
play Bach in handcuffs. I don't know why you do that.
Well,
Can we see a video? I think you got a video, right?
Sadomasochist.
Show us a video.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Because- Oh! Wow.
Oops.
I
And
don't like
blind.
I don't like people seeing the expression on my face.
Oh, I think I know that room. Is it BR?
Yes.
Yes, I go in and it's very depressing.
Can you prove that's you?
Can I prove that's me? No.
Yeah. And maybe, ladies and gentlemen, do you think that's actually Shanky Jew?
I think that's Banksy.
There you go.
Could be.
Wow.
Could be.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of people have
Is
said
that,
that
is
you.
that how you play two hands together?
What do you mean? I don't know what that
Like
means.
put them together so they don't like.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. It's true. It is a
it's
good
like
way.
a discipline thing, no?
It's good. Schumann could have done that stuff. It's true. You want to play hands together? Put your handcuffs together.
Yeah.
Keep your hands.
That's
It's
what I'm-
true though. Because a lot. If you notice, there's a lot of pianists. I
I'm
mean,
sure
you don't
invent,
have this,
like,
but they have
weighted finger
a lot of
cuffs.
pianists have these like affectations. Like they'll play a note and they go, this kind of thing.
I saw that photo before. Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Because it's hot,
like-
maybe. It's a
It's
hot
like
piano.
super hot.
Yes.
Super. Yeah. And I think handcuffs would be a good thing
Oh,
too.
it will hurt.
So, so tell me, but actually, who there's one interesting category. Who's the oldest pianist? That's what I want.
Well, this is a category
Rachmaninoff?
that you would never win. Well,
well, not at the
Well,
moment.
thank you.
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Who's the oldest pianist? Actually?
Who is? There's some alive. Well, of course, Hoshowski. Did you study with Hoshowski? Did you ever
No.
play- No. Okay, you were too young. He was too old and you were too young.
He was
Um,
104.
He died at. I think he was like 101 when he died. Or so. I heard him when he was 97 and 98.
Wow.
When he was
Did he
98,
improve?
yeah, exactly. The 98 version was a lot better. But Menem Pressler's still alive. How's
yeah.
Menem Pressler? He's like,
95 or
didn't
I
the,
played
didn't
a-
the Muppets do a song on Menem Pressler?
something.
Menem
Manama Pressler, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Manama
that's
Pressler,
Manama. I thought it was
Manama,
Manny
Manama,
Max.
Man-
Did you,
Oh.
pl-
Who
Did
is
you-
the sweetest? Did I play with?
did you play for Pressler?
I played with him in Verbier. We did Mozart double.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah, it was nice.
cool.
Pressler's 98.
He's 98 already. Oh,
98.
well, time
Well,
goes
that-
fast.
Technically, the oldest that I've seen, there was a Holocaust survivor who was 111.
That's true. What was her name again?
Alice.
Yes, Alice.
111. Wow.
Um,
I saw this really moving clip where an Alzheimer patient looks pretty old,
Mhm.
but all of a sudden she just remember how to play everything she has learned on
Wow.
piano.
Alice
But-
Hertz.
Alice Hertz.
Hertz.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
go
that's
on.
great. Great timing. No, she just forgot everything in life, but she just sat on piano and remembered.
Well, it's a very
That's
interesting book
so
about that,
sweet.
actually. Actually,
Yeah.
two interesting books about that, both by Oliver Sacks. One is The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat, and the other one is, yeah, that's the title of the book, The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. And the other one is Musicophilia, where basically Oliver Sacks was this neurologist.
Mhm.
And
Was he neurotic?
and there were lots of these
Sacks.
cases of people who would have a coma. Well, actually, like for example, the most crazy case is this one person had some
Swimming
accident.
pool?
Well,
Found his head. I mean.
I think that's a movie. And then it was the
What?
cook that no, and then this person died. No, not died. That's the movie. No, he had a
Need more
coma.
drinks.
No, he had a coma, and then he woke up from the coma, and
Yeah.
then suddenly he could just play Chopin.
Right.
And the thing is, he never had piano lessons or anything like that.
Only Chopin?
No, I'm sure he could play other stuff too.
Oh, there's also I heard this one guy he died, and then suddenly he could play Brahms.
That was Schumann.
It was Schumann. That was Schumann. True story. True story. Anyway, so number 4.
Who's the oldest pianist alive now? There is someone alive.
I think there is somebody alive
Must
now.
be Pressler.
No. I think still alive is Menahem Pressler, but there's also
Colette
Colette
Mays.
Colette
How old is
Mays.
she now?
She was born in 1914, and I believe she's 108 years old.
Oh my God.
118.
108 years
Yes,
old.
old.
Let's
See-
listen to a little bit.
Ah, do you have a
Let's
video?
listen to it.
Oh,
You have
nice.
She looks great for 108.
Yeah, I'd date her.
I would
Plays,
too.
Yeah.
plays rather than love.
It's really good.
Beautiful.
Hey, it's never too late to start playing the piano.
She started at the age of
107. You know why? Because she entered Groundhog Day.
Yeah. She died, and then she came back and she did
Yeah.
that. So
Are you just going to play until you die? You don't know.
I don't think she's planning to die.
Oh,
Well,
well, not to die.
not today.
Not to die.
Well, amazing. That's why we're comedians.
No, not really.
No. Anyway, no, but it is quite fascinating. I've been listening to a lot of David Sinclair, by the way. Check him out, about longevity.
Ah, yes.
And apparently, the person who is still is alive today, who is going to be 150 years old. Basically, we are
Wow.
really going to get older and older. So I think Yuja could easily be the oldest pianist to ever
Oldest
play.
pianist.
Well, you know what Colette
great.
Mays says,
Mhm.
why, the one that's 111 years old or whatever, 108 years old. She basically said that for her, the key to longevity is yoga and piano.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
With a name like Yuja, everyone mistaken it to yoga anyways. And I played the piano.
I never thought about that.
Or-
Yoga Wang.
You know what? You
Namaste.
should paint yourself. You should paint yourself green and be Yoda Wang.
Yoda Wang in
By
the
then,
house.
yes, I will.
Uh,
I will have my
Must
style.
play some Chopin. I will.
Yeah. Well, you're small enough. Not quite green enough, though.
I
That's
will
why
get-
she has
I will
to
get
paint
there.
herself
I
green.
will get
Yeah,
there.
You should paint herself green.
It's like
So-
all the food delivery in Vienna.
So our number 4 is actually Zimmerman.
Oh, Zimmerman.
Christian Zimmerman.
Christian Zimmerman.
So
No.
It's weird.
Well,
first of all,
Tell
he
me.
travels with his own piano.
yeah. Did you know that?
Oh, I heard. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Mm.
Okay.
And there's a very
grew
famous
them
story
together.
that catapulted him into the weirdness, into the zenith of weirdness. I believe that
I
one
love your
single.
vocabulary.
Yeah. So that is the so basically
You should see
travels.
if he spells it. You won't know it.
But actually, he doesn't just travel with his piano because it's complicated on the long distance flights, for example.
Oh.
Basically, travels with the inside of the piano because that's really the
soul.
soul,
Of
the
it.
sound. So and then he puts it together
Right.
once
The
he
way he's
arrives.
pretending that he's like some authority on piano. Isn't it? We're like two pianists
Very
sitting here.
convincing.
He's like,
Yes.
oh yes, well, it's the interior, there's the sound, you know, and he goes around, blah blah. I'm just a violinist, but I know my encyclopedia of piano. You should come to my lecture on the trombone.
Sorry, didn't he learn from you, Mr. Hyankuju?
What, to bullshit about other
No,
things
just
that he
to,
doesn't know
I
about.
guess in the piano world, we were thinking
Yes.
maybe
I've-
it's a compliment to you
That's true.
as a
I've-
teacher.
I have
So
taught
good
him
teacher, good teacher.
yes, my young Padawan.
Anyway, so he travels with Christian Zimmerman travels with his own piano, and one time he traveled to the U.S. Now the problem is the U.S. when they check things for explosives, they are sometimes not sure what the inside of a piano is.
Well, yeah, there's some glue. There's some kind of glue that you put on the hammers to
So they don't like piano to get wet.
something like that.
Yeah.
Right,
Or-
like no liquid in the piano.
Well,
Generally, that's not a good idea, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. But anyway, so there's this special kind of glue which has some explosive qualities
Yes.
in it.
but
It-
not that amount.
I mean,
thought-
minimal.
I really thought it's
Minimal.
because it's liquid.
Oh, you mean like, sir, you can't take water on the flight? There's some liquid on your hammers. Sir, you cannot enter this flight right now.
Exactly.
No. It was
But
about.
I am Christian Zimmerman. Okay, but you still can't.
But apparently, no. Apparently, it was some explosive. There's some of the material was
The
glued.
glue,
The glue.
is a
So it destroys
thing that
action.
you cannot take on the flight.
Yeah. So basically, they didn't know what it is. They were trying to figure out what it is. So what does one do in that case? They exploded it. They
Yeah, they blew up his
literally
Steinway.
blew up his
knew that story?
ridiculously
Do you know that
unique,
story? Yeah, I knew that
amazing
story.
Steinway.
That
Is that why you don't
amazing.
travel with your own piano? Because you're afraid of it being blown up?
So we always thought, okay, that's kind of crazy. But what makes it especially weird and kind of badass cool at the
Mm.
same time? So first of all, he said, "I'm never going to play in America again." He was
That's
so
true.
annoyed.
That's true.
But
You just
then,
well,
like,
you
oh,
would
yeah.
be. Let's say they blew up your
Strata.
violin.
yeah,
You-
I would be a bit
You'd be a little
jiffed.
bit
Yeah,
like.
I wouldn't be
I
like
think inside a violin it's empty, right?
Well,
it's
first of all, it
empty.
only has 4 strings.
Well, inside also
I mean-
inside of the head of violence also completely empty. So basically, he was pretty annoyed at that point. But then suddenly he accepted one performance in the U.S.
Really?
Yes,
Walt
and he
Disney
flew.
Hall.
Yeah, and he flew back. And do you know the story?
Yeah.
So he came on stage. Did he play anything?
I
Or-
think he did.
I think he
did
played
play.
like one number.
No, he
or-
played
the
actually
first half
played
or
the
something like
recital
that?
or something like that, and then he played the Szymanowski piece, and then either
No,
before
he made
or
an
after
announcement,
he made an announcement
before the second half.
yes, about how the about U.S. politics, and he said, "Get your hands off my country," and he talked about Guantanamo Bay, and people were booing and leaving. They were booing and leaving the hall, and he played the Szymanowski, and then he never came back.
Yeah.
and I think that was in 2009, and since then he has not played in the U.S. I think.
But don't we always want his perfection? I kind of admire him for
He's
that.
super perfectionist. That's also
Yeah.
his weirdness. You know, I saw an
It's-
interview
but
with him.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, there always that streak of us always striving for that perfection. I heard he also built like his room, his apartment. He has all different soundproof stuff, and like I do the same thing at home. Like it can always be better. And then
Yeah.
I mean, he's like going against the rule that we can't travel with piano. That's already admirable.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying, but I think we have. It's almost like we always have to go one extra step to do what they normally have, anyways.
Well,
As a pianist,
How many
right?
fingerings do you have, like, for a passage?
I don't do fingerings.
Oh, you don't do fingerings. So what do? You play with your teeth, or what?
You
I don't
just
understand.
play.
You just play. Oh, you never write down fingerings.
No, never.
I hate you.
You're not the first one. Someone did say that too,
No. Also, yeah.
and
No,
said, "Did you never learn this?" Because like, no, I learned it, and I really
Pianists
learned
just fingering each other. That's what's happening here. I have no idea.
Just
This
a
is
question then
geeky
to
talk.
Yuja as a
Yeah.
pianist. Would you then change the fingerings that you play in like would it come to you in that moment, or would you stick to whatever you played? Like how does it lay in your mind when you
it.
play?
I hope I don't change in a concert. That would be called a fuck up. Because everything, I don't know. It's just when you learned it, it's like that, and then it's a muscle memory. Right. So
You
when
know
they
how many
sung-
sets of fingerings Christian Sung had?
Oh,
You heard
I
about
heard about
Yeah.
this. Yes.
He has at least 3 fingerings. He has at least 3, at least,
Depends on how the-
sometimes more, and he varies these fingerings
Depends
depending
on
on the piano,
Yeah.
the acoustic,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
power of the piece of the moment.
Wow.
Now that is
See, that's dedication
seriously weird dedication.
Yeah.
and diligence and patience and all that.
Yeah,
shit. All
and
that
look at
things
you,
that
just
I
not-
don't need. I
Yeah.
don't have. Oh my god.
Okay, let's
So-
move on to number 3, please, because I think the number 3 is we're really getting into serious weirdness here.
Why are you having my wine?
Oh, I saw the lipstick. I thought it was mine. Because in my lunch hour, I'm.
Yeah. So we're coming here to Friedrich Gulder, who, of course, is.
I love this guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
we all love this guy.
I love
right?
this guy. He's just of. This is actually one of my favorite. I think it's one of your favorite stories
Yeah.
too. No, it's definitely one of my favorite stories of all time. He once played a concert at the Vienna Concerthaus, and he was supposed to play, I think, a program of Mozart.
Yeah, I believe it was him.
I mean, Rico told us the story.
Rico,
Oh,
his
I
son,
know
his
this
son Rico
one,
Gulder
yes.
actually
Yeah.
works at the Concerthaus
And
Vienna.
he told us what really happened.
Exactly,
right?
because I kind of knew it approximately. So
And I think it was Mozart. I didn't remember everything Rico said, but anyway, that's not the point. And he came on. I think he gave some speech like he's not going to play the program as announced,
Right.
but instead he's going to do some
Improvisation.
improvisation instead. And he took out some ethnic wind instrument from Egypt or whatever. I know. He's like,
it probably sounded nicer than that.
Yeah,
I
but
think
I-
it sounded more like.
I think it sounded nice. And I think it sounded like.
No, okay, let's not be. We do love Egypt national instruments, but
Oh.
it's just it does sound a little foreign to the Western ear. Apparently, he was improvising
Yeah.
for not just for a few seconds, but for minutes and
minutes.
and
And
minutes.
people booed and
I think
left.
people just started walking out. I think
Oh, yeah?
people
Oh,
were.
yeah.
I think people were just walking out and walking, and after a while, no, people stopped walking out. They were just listening, fascinated.
Right.
He put down the wind instrument, says, "Okay, now that the assholes are out of the hall, I'll play the original program."
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Isn't it?
Ah,
It's amazing.
That's just
Love that.
genius.
Yeah.
That's just genius.
Yeah.
I think it's genius. Yeah, and he faked his own death. And
Yeah.
and when he faked his own death, well, he said that he died, and then it was
And
all
then he
over
really
the
died.
press.
You want
And
to see the reaction, right?
then 9 months later, he actually
really
really
died.
did die. But
From
then
what?
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember either.
But then when he really did die, all his colleagues in the press were like, can we have proof?
proof of death? And he was like, "I'm dead. How can I deliver you proof?"
I think the first time he pretended to die, he then came out and said, "No, guys, I'm still alive, and I'm
That's
going to do a
crazy.
resurrection concert." It's amazing.
And he
God
famously
knows.
went out and played naked with his wife, I
That's
believe.
true.
I think it was a
He's a
recital.
with his wife, I
percussionist.
think, yeah, but
Yeah.
also I read another story that he played naked with his girlfriend.
Oh,
Same thing, no?
Oh, yeah, I think sometimes you can have a wife and a girlfriend,
Ah, okay.
either
Yeah.
at different times or at the same time.
we don't know the
we don't
details,
know.
and we don't
That
want to
much we
spread.
didn't research.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fascinating.
Anyway, so what other? Yes.
Just a quick question to Yuja from our comments. A follower, David Cerruti, I hope I'm pronouncing correct. A short story comes. At Yuja's performance at Lincoln Center a few years ago, I was close enough to see her facial expressions.
Uh-oh.
It looked
Ooh.
like she was talking to the piano, encouraging it to even better performance. Is Yuja actually talking?
Yes, I'm a witch. It's sorcery.
You're like Vladimir the Pac-Man.
No, I never noticed. Yeah, exactly. I never noticed that. But I see videos sometimes later, and I realized I think I was just singing the
Are you like
notes.
Andre Watts?
I wish that is some special muscles for that. But I was just speaking because I know solfege, and then like when I think when I get nervous, I just start to sing it even more. What's the word? Vehemently.
Vehemently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spell that.
With an H.
V,
Hopefully he's not French.
etc.
You actually have.
So I sing.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I sing it through, so I don't, kind of. So I'm really in the moment with the music, and then I'm just doing the solfege of like whatever I'm singing. But yeah, people
Why
start
do you know solfege?
because I was from China.
In China,
Oh.
solfege, but they learn solfege because it's actually solfege is originally Chinese. Um,
Wait, really?
they made it up in China. That's why it's I don't know. I can't, it's not Chinese. Of course, it's not Chinese.
Yeah, it's only for selfish people.
Only for selfish people.
Oh,
Bada boom. Selfish for selfish people. Very good. Very good. Funny go.
Oh, thanks.
And-
After all these years.
By the way, I mean, Yuja, clearly she is quite weird. Let's see where she lands on the list. But as well, some of the things, just to dispel of one or two myths. For example, the sunglasses thing.
Oh, wow.
You've seen her playing in sunglasses, and some people commenting, "Oh, it's so obnoxious," and this and that. Well, she actually had eye surgery. Thank you so much. So all these.
Thanks for the sympathy.
No, but you know what I mean. All these idiots just assuming on social media, oh, this and this. So when you have one eye just kind of crying, maybe that doesn't help during the performance, right?
It was really gross.
So,
Oh yeah, that's right. How dare you wear sunglasses when you play? You
so obnoxious.
listen. I have a tip for you. Next time you have problems, okay, just put duct tape all over your face.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
yeah.
But
that's what he
was
does.
it like a waxing when you take it off?
He had no eyebrows for half a year.
That was the part I'm scared of.
Yeah.
I thought of that actually.
Or you
Right.
could actually come out with one eye because it was just
Like
one
an
eye,
patch, yeah.
an eye patch, and a kind of pirate's hat and a hook.
Oh wow.
That could be the alternative.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So we're really getting close to number one. So who?
Oh, where are we
number
now?
two. Number two.
Where
yeah.
are we now? Are we?
I think.
are
Well, there's a
are
few
we-
crazy pianists just on the side notes. There's Billy Joel, doing some acrobatics.
Oh, yeah? I want to see that.
Oh
we-
yeah.
Come on, he's the piano man. I
Yeah.
mean, we got to see this. Look at this.
Look at this. This is a few years ago.
Whoa!
Whoa! No.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you? But
That's hot.
but on the side note, I mean, Billy, as you know, he's a friend of ours. He did literally have a hip replacement. Yes.
Oh, yesterday.
No, not
Oh,
yesterday,
you
but
mean because of
Literally,
that?
yeah.
he
Because-
said it's partly
oh.
because of that, because he was doing crazy shit like that. He, so watch
an
out if you want to be
entrance,
weird. Just watch out with your health. Yuja.
I think before we finish this list of rankings, we just need to look at attire a little bit, because a lot of pianists dress
Mm,
quite extravagantly.
yes.
No names mentioned. Not
Ew.
looking at anyone in particular.
Okay. Crazy.
Here's our
attire.
dear friend Jean-Yves Thibaudet, looking absolutely wonderful as always. I think more pianists should dress like him. Look at this. He has a
He has the
beautiful,
red socks.
beautiful. Look. He's
Wait, did the
wearing
whole
sneakers.
orchestra
Yeah.
turn red?
Where's he-
The orchestra is
Wearing
also
sneak-
pretty
the
cool.
orchestra's pretty cool. He's got this lovely velvet jacket. Jean-Yves always looks great. I love, and doesn't he do this socks thing as well? Doesn't he always
Red
have like?
socks.
Yeah.
Is it always red socks that he
Yeah.
wears?
Yeah.
He loves designers and
Right.
everything.
This is the
Vivienne
pianist
Westwood.
H.J. Lim. Is this Vivienne Westwood? Look, you can
No.
just have a look. When she sits down, you can see this kind of like cape. Look at that.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
I want something like that.
Female death.
I want something like that.
Mm,
That's H.J. Lim, Korean
Wow.
pianist.
okay. what else do we have?
Wait a minute. I don't have the pictures of Elton John somehow for some reason.
Ah,
But
you
here's Elton.
Yeah.
There, looking like Elton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of course, there's this is taking it another level up. This is Lola Astanova.
Ooh.
That's quite a performance.
Well, this was a Valentine's Day outfit.
Yeah, that makes sense in that case.
I
But-
love the roses in the
But isn't she also one of the furthest away sitting pianists?
Yes, yes, she does. She sits quite far away. Look at her.
It's,
Such
it's easier to spread your legs
authority
that
on
way,
piano
yeah.
technique. It's true. It's very far away, sitting very far away.
Mhm.
But
Holy.
I think nothing,
Are they twins?
nothing.
Yeah,
beats this.
they.
This is the ultimate.
Yep,
This is how pianists should dress
I think so.
all the time.
This is beautiful, beautiful, and I love the way
Oh.
that you know, just you both dressed like that.
Yep.
But
I
who was
love your
copying?
tights.
You know, who was copying who?
That's the question.
That's the question.
I was so admiring Shanky. I'm copying him, and I miss the tights, the detail of the tights.
Did you? I'm
you see
sure.
your tights, you fishnet. It's
Have we
really
spoke? I'm sure we
beautiful.
spoke about this, but
The
okay,
tights-
but
yeah,
no,
you feel very sexy when you put on.
no,
tights.
well, that hey,
Oh,
I-
that's not.
no,
okay,
no,
sorry.
that's true. That's true. I do feel very sexy when I put on the tights, but that's not quite what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
The next day after we played in Carnegie,
So basically, this is just to fill you in. We did a show together called The Clone. We did several dates with it, among which was Carnegie Hall. And the concert started with actually Shanky Ju coming on dressed as Yuja Wang and saying, "I'm sorry, Yuja couldn't come tonight, but I'm replacing her." But but there was a certain dress code that I had to abide to due to her contract.
I guess, right?
So-
And the
Go on.
next day,
Yeah.
I went to the Carnegie Hall office.
Yeah.
And I ran into two separate individuals,
Okay.
both of them who approached me. And one of them said, you know, yeah, fabulous show last night. I have to tell you something, you know, I came in at the very last minute and I had actually just been to collect my new pair of glasses from the optician.
Mhm.
And I sat down in my seat and I put them on, and there you walked on.
Yeah.
But he obviously thought it was Yuja, and he was like checking his glasses, like thinking, because he hadn't had time to like try his new glasses. And I walked on like you, and he really thought, fuck, there's something wrong with my glasses, you know? So that was it. And then
He
and
was
then-
also thinking, or was it
no,
the
that
other-
was then another guy just a few minutes later said, "Oh yeah, hey man, great show. I got to tell you something really funny. You know, I was sitting there with my wife. We're so looking forward, you know,
Yeah.
to seeing this." And then, you know,
the show
Yuja-
starts.
The show starts, and Yuja walks on, and I'm like, I turn to my wife and say, "Hey, has Yuja put on weight?"
And heights.
Yeah,
And
and
less
height.
boobs.
So I like my boobs. I think I look good.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's
Beautiful.
really nice.
So where are we? We're at number 2 now.
We are number 2.
Number 2.
So, Glenn
very cute.
Gould,
Glenn
the genius
Yes.
weirdo.
Genius weirdo. The genius weirdo. There is no pianist, there's no musician like Glenn Gould.
Yep.
He's an absolute unicorn. Yeah.
He is, isn't he?
Is
I would love to have that corn.
Okay.
he's the only pianist that plays in space, you know? He's on that Voyager
No,
disc.
the
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Goldberg actually.
is it?
It's Bach Prelude in C from Book 2. He's playing it, and some alien's gonna discover him at some
Basically, they shot off this recording into space. I don't know how
point.
many
Yeah,
years
Voyager,
ago.
1977, I think.
Yeah,
Golden
and they
disc.
so basically, in order to like find me, and when some alien civilization finds it, they'll think,
And they
Oh,
think we're all
that's
like Glenn
weird.
Gould.
yeah, they'll think they we
But
like that.
this guy is amazing.
Where do you even start with Glenn Gould? I mean,
Well,
first of all, he always carried around his own chair,
chair.
right?
Very
Very
low
low.
chair,
Very low chair.
And
Right.
she's also sitting far.
very
far
far
away.
away. Then-
Always sang while
And
he's playing.
always the lid open, right? Not the lid. The
That's true.
Yep.
Lid
coverage,
open.
yeah.
Oh, he also manipulated the strings, the sound,
Yeah.
right?
Then very kind of relatively early in his career, he just stopped performing live.
That's true. That's another weird thing.
He just completely said, "I don't care. I don't like performing live." He just
Right.
recorded.
Mhm.
Incredible. I mean, the thing is, as well, his interpretations are so outrageously different from anyone else's, but still genius. So it's kind of difficult to explain. If you don't know Glenn Gould, then, well, you better get to know him. But
I research him. I mean, it's just like kind of forced on me because I was in Calgary.
Yeah.
And we just have to watch all his videos and everything he has done in his life. There's about a gazillion movies about him.
Yeah.
Right? Like but the ones he made in CBC radio and
Yes.
TV, it's amazing. He
Yes.
spent all this. He invented oh, there's different characters, one with a mop on the hair, and like
That's right.
everyone has a different accent, and they talk about different. I mean, it's completely multiple.
Karl-Heinz Kloppenweiser.
Yeah,
think
he
it's with
invented
men.
weird characters, right? He,
Yes.
Parodies of Stockhausen, of Thomas Beecham,
Yeah.
so
of
he wa-
Marlon Brando. I think it's
basically-
like, hi, I'm Myron Chianti.
yeah,
And it's just
basically
so
he was taking the piss out of people before
We
Wait,
did.
Yeah, before
You
we.
did.
Yeah, you're part of the team now.
No, incredible
Intelligence.
genius. He also was an incredible hypochondriac. So
Right.
I mean, he and
Lots
Rabinovich
of-
have
yeah.
this thing of common. I guess that Glenn Gould always had to have an overcoat and gloves
Yeah.
Yes.
with him when he was performing.
And lots of pills.
Yeah,
And calling people at 2
that's right.
a.m..
He used to call people at 2 a.m. He used
Yeah.
to like in the middle of the night just
Yeah.
look up the white pages and
And
just
then
pick a
if
random
I
name
don't speak English when I
Random
was in
people. He
Canada.
called random people.
and
Really?
would speak.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't-
Oh, yeah.
no, random people. I think they're random
and
people.
speak philosophical, like deep
That's right.
questions.
Yeah.
But the way he talks is very fast and very monotonic, but extremely smart and intelligent.
Extremely fascinating.
Yes.
Amazing. So before we get to number one,
Yes,
you
I
want
was
there's a
number
few
one.
things I want to ask her.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think is the slowest pianist?
Slowest.
Because Glenn Gould is well known for playing things slow.
and
right?
fast.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Well, he has this technique, key tapping or whatever.
Key tapping?
Like you don't lift your fingers, you just push the key down, and that's why he plays the way he is. It's very finger independent. I don't know, but I heard that it's amazing.
So you mean what? You mean he doesn't raise his finger, but he presses the
He just
key
presses.
down from
Yeah.
I
from
guess
height-
from the
yeah.
escapement.
So there's no, there's no
There's-
air between the
Wow.
key.
So
I
he's
tried that. It feels like I have more contact with the keys, like
Uh-huh.
more control too.
uh-huh.
His teacher taught several people like that, but he's the one like kind of made that. That's why he had that clarity of the sound and counterpoint.
Super interesting.
sparkleness, Yeah. But what was your question?
Well, how long do you think? How long have you played the Passionata? Sonata, Beethoven.
Pogarelish?
Well, okay. So let's go in order. So first
Ivo
of all,
Pogarelic.
so first of all, Chopin Ballade number 3. How long does it usually take? Well, the standard. No, number 3. Number 3.
Ah, 10?
It's like 6 minutes.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah.
haven't played that for a long time.
Okay. I mean, Polini's is like 6.5 minutes. The
Oh,
standard
okay.
is like okay. Pogarelic, guess
Mm-hmm.
how long his third ballad is?
15?
12 minutes.
12.
Okay. Appassionata sonata. What's the standard of the first movement? What's the standard? Around 9-10 minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. 9-10 minutes.
How long?
Yeah. No,
15?
Glenn Gould is 15 minutes.
Mm.
Wow.
Right.
But every note is so expressive.
And second movement is usually around 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Glenn Gould's is 11 minutes.
Mm.
But now comes Chopin's third sonata.
Okay.
How long is Chopin's third sonata? Normally, like
20?
25
Yeah.
25 minutes, right? About that, right? Lipati is 25 minutes. Argerich is 25 minutes. Even Glenn Gould is 25 minutes.
Okay.
Mm.
How long do you think Pogarelic is?
40.
48 and a half minutes.
No.
48 and a half
my
minutes. And you know what?
God.
And you know what? I
That's
actually
like calculating from Celsius to Fahrenheit.
I actually heard Pogarelic play once this Chopin third sonata. I swear to you, it was 55 minutes. And I remember talking to someone about this. Did you hear Pogarelic? I heard Pogarelic play Chopin third sonata. It was 55 minutes. He said, that's nothing. I just heard him in Oxford last week, and it was 1 hour and 5 minutes. And it was
Every concert
so
is very different. Yeah.
it was so long that he actually caused like a Rite of Spring riot. Like people got up, had fights, were booing, and the promoter from Oxford said, "I will never invite him again." I mean, come on, and now I mean,
I only want him to play Egyptian pipes. That's crazy.
It's
That's
absolutely
I
crazy.
know
It's
he
absolutely
did like the
crazy.
beginning of the Rock 2 concerto.
yes,
50 minutes or something.
Yes.
The first
Super
8
slow.
measures, yeah.
List sonata.
But
How long
why?
is your
30.
yeah, your
Yeah.
list sonata is around 30 minutes. It's usually around 30
Right.
minutes, right?
5 hours.
Do you know a pianist called Valery Afanasyev?
No.
No. So he plays it at what do we have here? He plays it at 42 minutes.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
not bad.
Okay.
That's not so
A
bad.
piece that usually lasts around 31 minutes.
Yeah.
Pogarelic, guess.
I don't know.
58.
50 minutes.
Mm.
Insane. Just
Yes.
insane. So who's the slowest pianist of all time?
Pogorelic.
Pogorelic.
Not a single doubt. Actually, we should say
For the sake of the
That's another one.
yes, of course. But
Well, his first name is Evo. So.
you cannot even list. There are so many weird pianists. But before we get to the number one weirdest pianist, we think in our list, it's our list.
It's our list.
It's our list.
Yes. Make your own list if
Yeah.
you don't like our list.
Exactly.
You
Fuck
go
off.
make your
Yeah.
own list.
Make your own list.
Yeah, you come up with people like Vladimir the Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And not the video
You
game.
try that.
Yeah.
You try having
You
Yuja
try
Wang
that.
here
Yeah,
between
you get some
Yeah.
superstar pianist
Yeah.
to be your guest
Exactly.
and like talk
Yeah.
about
You
her
can do it.
time with Gary Graffman.
Yeah.
She didn't mention him once. I'm just mentioning it so that you know.
I did.
Oh, did
No,
you?
She was a student
In
of
that-
Florence.
yeah, it's just he wasn't listening. So.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. a lot.
Anyhow, before we get to our number one, we would like to say that we have a very special concert in Düsseldorf, Tonhalle Düsseldorf, coming up with some genius musicians. It's called Stars and Freaks. We have several incredible musicians. We featured them before, but this time we would like to feature somebody. I just spoke to him yesterday. Yuja just spoke to him for the first time.
Very nice.
A lovely person, an incredible musician, all-round musician. Listen to this Greek piano concerto.
Those skewers. I'm gonna make you a kebab.
This is his version of Greek piano concerto.
Or are they toothpicks?
I believe he is the. I believe he's truly the only jazz player on the cimbalom. I mean, I
Really?
spoke to him. There's
Oh, that's what it's
yes,
called.
yeah.
Incredible.
But he
There's-
can play everything.
He
He
can
must
play.
be great in the kitchen to chop onions. I want to cook with this guy. Like, hey,
Listen.
Marius, do the garlic, do the onions.
Greek piano
Ah,
concerto.
yeah. Wow.
Cool.
That's totally awesome.
It's absolutely awesome.
And his son's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, he's got a fantastic Eduardo as well. Fantastic
You
son.
know his son?
Yeah.
You get around. My
He just
goodness.
wrote to her on Instagram. That's how people connect.
Right.
He
So,
doesn't
but
just play cymbalum, he also plays like
Yes.
violin, doesn't he?
oh god, yeah.
Plays everything.
Look at him. It's the same guy.
Plays better than you.
But well, that's not
Wait until he's on piano.
Is
easy.
he also an authority on
Wait,
piano
next,
technique?
yeah, next,
Oh,
keep it going. Keep it
Or
going.
does he also start like
Oh yeah,
playing-
he's got to start playing the piano in a second.
No way.
You didn't hear him playing the piano?
I love it.
Yeah.
That's why I want to stop. You know? That's exactly why.
Ah, that is the reason.
I don't want to get to it. Because the room's already hot.
But the son plays piano too.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
right. Yeah.
You know the sun.
Yeah, you would.
We
think
just
so.
had that. We just had that.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, let's have some Hiromi. Yeah.
Look at his face. Also good
Yeah.
expression.
Yeah, great expression. Hiromi.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bit of Keith Jarrett
Wait, is
there.
that like part of the jazz thing? Like they just do that, so and then they
I
got
think
the
so. And then
roots,
next,
right?
a little bit further,
I
just a
think
little
it's-
further.
I think it's also the classical thing.
You can speak.
Yeah?
I
Skip
think
further.
a lot of us musicians look like we're constipated when we play.
Yeah, we do.
It's like we sort of
Yeah.
desperate need
Look.
of it. Oh, he's
Accordion.
Oh yeah. Well, according to him, he can play the accordion.
oh.
Weltmeister.
Did you give him that joke? Weltmeister.
So basically,
All right,
this guy we're going to have with us on stage on the 26th of March in Tonhalle Düsseldorf, as well as some incredible, unbelievable other musicians, flamenco dancing, bass player Adam Ben Ezra, incredible street, essentially street musician, Oded Kafri, who plays drums, and he plays actually literally every part of the stage with his drumsticks. And it's going to be very, very, very exciting. But now we come ta-dam, to the number one.
Who is the weirdest pianist of all time?
Da,
Just
da,
make-
da.
Cool down, ethnic.
Yuja Wang.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I
First
think.
of all, you have a bit of eyelash.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
Make a wish.
Yeah. Well,
What else do I have on my face?
you see, and that is what. First of all, you have so many reasons why she is crazy and weird and different and wonderful.
Like
For-
this cup.
Yeah, look. Basically, look at this.
You
Do you see this? You see it? Turn it a bit.
this cup is the least interesting thing on this table.
It definitely is. Anyway, so first of all, check out her bow. Her bow is so distinct, and we're going to talk about her bow now as well.
Bow, not the food. The way, just to be clear.
Thank God you're Asian. You can say that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm Asian. That doesn't give me any entitlement. So anyway, so
Her bow is the famous. I'm nearly dropping to.
People keep
here we go.
saying-
Here we go.
Look,
This
look,
is-
look.
oh, look at that.
And look, and now the whole orchestra.
And that whole thing.
Ah,
It's so
there we go.
infectious the way she bows.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Basically,
I'm TT.
Why do you bow like that? Like some weird
like
person that's
Well,
got
I really
scoliosis
want
or
to thank the
something.
audience to being there and listen to my crap, first of all.
Okay.
and, and then I do wear shoes. So I have to find the angle that goes down and I don't fall down.
basically,
So
it's
it's
because
like
of your
a-
high. Yeah, it's
you
because
know?
of your high heels.
Yeah.
Partly.
Yeah.
So
And then I do yoga.
I have to watch this again. Here we go. And a full throttle.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Oh,
that
that's-
must hurt.
I think I got faster.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
really?
Yes, they're faster.
You-
The recent one from the Czech Philharmonic. We don't have it here, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
It looked like
I
you were
think-
about to fall. But basically, we've put together a
is,
little clip of why Yuja is the weirdest pianist. Actually, it's basically from our show.
Oh,
but
you
I
guys
think
have so much love for me.
oh, we
Thank
do.
you.
Let's just enjoy and watch this.
All right.
Okay,
The number
here we
one
go.
weirdest pianist, according to our list,
Put the volume right
is
up for this.
none other
Than-
than Miss Yuja Wang.
The one and only Yuja Wang!
Look at that. You've never seen this, huh?
No.
Look at this.
It's true. You've never seen this.
I've just put this together.
I'm so tired.
You see?
Yeah, you are talking. There you go. There's,
But you do look.
there's some Keith Jarrett. Does Keith Jarrett?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bit of Lola Stanova.
Yeah, yeah.
going on there. I don't know. What,
Multi instrumentalist.
this is the Marius Prada thing going on.
Yeah, you see? Amazing.
Yuja Wang!
And of course, rapper.
你们曾经认为鬼乐非常的枯燥，但今天晚上让你们
Holy
看
shit.
Chinese rap and breakdance. Look at this. I mean, which pianist in the world does breakdance? Look at this, and then
Glenn Gould could
look
not
at
do
this, and a freeze. Look at that in Carnegie Hall.
That was
I
a
wa-
right fingering.
I want to mean, do you have 3 sets? No. I want to see Christian Zimmerman doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
You-
Sokolov.
Yuja, darling,
Kissing.
where do you play next? We want to know. We all of the fans want to know, where do you play
I can't
next?
remember.
She can't remember. Please
I'm
come
leaving
to
to
come
Paris.
Go to
to can'tremember.com.
breakdancerrap.com Hirumi thing.
Right.
Yujawang.com. Of course, you can see all of our tour dates. I believe you are playing in Paris next.
Yeah, Orchestra Paris. It's a new
Yeah.
conductor. Conductor I never worked with. He's 25.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mekele.
He is.
Yes.
Klaus Mike, I'm very excited. With
Wonderful.
a new concerto too.
Yes.
Could we just, since you finished the list, could we just go through a couple of questions that
Yes.
were not directly related to your subject, but they're from Yuja's followers? And there are a couple of questions I'd like to pass on. So Admiral Fox asked, "What's your favorite concerto?"
What's my favorite concerto? It's always a concerto I'm playing at the
It's an
moment.
admiral, so probably should say emperor.
Ba-dum. Always the concerto you're playing. Okay.
Yeah.
Which one is it now?
Right now it's Rock One. Rachmaninoff one. He is amazing. He wrote it when he was 18 before the whole depression thing and getting popular, but it's just so enriching. It's amazing.
And she plays it amazingly. I just heard it live in Music Friday.
It was fun.
And then
Thank you.
somebody named Dominic Joelsson asked for,
Uh-huh.
how difficult is it to play in heels?
Are you serious? Where is he?
I question.
Based.
I question the motive of
I
that
think
question.
he just put it with. I think he hid his
ID.
ID and his location. So we
how
don't have to
difficult it
replace
is
it.
to play.
How difficult is it to play in
play
heels?
with
It's
Actually,
actually was. It's easier than
Really?
Yeah, with the angle, like it's like you don't need a what's that? Not hamstring. Is it hamstring? Like you don't have to stretch your hamstring to put the pedal on. You did that before, right?
Yeah,
I agree. Actually,
I can't
I
believe
It
also
really is it easier to pedal?
if it's
with
good
high heels?
heels, if it's good heels, and if they fit you, I also find
Yeah, because you're
it's- can be
parallel
se-
to the pedal rather than doing like this. But that going downstairs, that was harder than
Wow.
playing the piano.
Shanky, you should go shopping.
Okay.
ladies
I'll
and
just
gentlemen,
say-
so this is the takeaway. Weirdest
Takeaway?
pianist.
don't
I
think you're
think
allowed
we
to make
have
that
actually a takeaway which just came, so we better get to eating. The takeaway is this is the weirdest pianist. Play in heels because it's easier, and also go to her next concert in Paris. Go to our next concerts, and also tune in on the 3rd of April, not the 1st of April, the 3rd of April for our next stream. Okay, it's a stream, basically at 8 p.m.
Don't cross the streams.
Exactly. The subject is